Hello, N4H&H here. Say hello to Marvin Martian. Oh, he's just one of my favorite little cartoon creatures. And I have him over there guarding my my little soda trophies. And yeah, those two rocks you see there, little one on top of a bigger one. My friend Joel, you know, when I made Mountain Goat for Summits on the Air, for those of you who know what that is, Joel said, "Hey, you ought to bring a rock down from the summit that you activated on." So I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get a big one, so I grabbed the small one and then I found a big one. So that's what that is. But that's not what this video is about. That's just a little bit of an introduction. I'm going to do something I don't often do. I'm going to flip the camera around. Okay, sorry for the glare. So what I'm going to do, this video is the long-awaited, for those of you who thought I had forgotten, no, I haven't. I'm going to be giving away an antenna today, the ZS6BKW, ZS6 Bravo Kilo Whiskey, which was the former call sign of Brian Austin, a South African who computer modeled the G5 RV and came up with a better way to make that antenna. And those of you who have been following my channel for quite a while know that that's one of my go-to antennas here. Remember, I don't have a fancy setup, just wire antennas and my one R5 vertical that's, well, approaching 30 years old. And most of the time the wire out does it anyway. It does pretty well on 10 and 12 and 15 meters. But anyway, so the ZS6BKW has just been a go-to for me. And I wanted one of my Patreon supporters to have one. So those of you who are Patreon supporters, who are paid into the Patreon support group, will be in this drawing. And so without further ado, I'm going to turn the camera back around the other way so you can see the box I'm going to draw from. Okay, let's get this drawing done. Some of you may remember the gold box from the last drawing, the last giveaway. I hope the channel grows enough that we can have more opportunities like this. By the way, the channel has up to nearly 50 Patreon supporters now, and thank you so much for doing that. I hope you've learned a lot from the channel, but also know that you're helping others learn. And all right, let's draw a name. Got my eyes shut, just reaching in here and grabbing. Okay, got one. Let's see who it is. William Dudley, and you know your last name, so I'm not going to go any further. William Dudley, last name starts with an M. So if you would, William, contact me via the Patreon portal. Log into Patreon and send me a message with your address, and I will be sending you the antenna. Congratulations, William. Let me show you what you're going to be getting in case you have not seen the unboxing video from last year. This is a ZS6 Bravo Kilo Whiskey. ZS6BKW is the call sign of Brian Austin, former call sign, I should say, a South African ham who invented this antenna. It is a computer-optimized version of the G5 RV. It is resonant on the FM portion of 10 meters. Then you can use it on 12, 17, 20, and 40 without a tuner. And of course, with a tuner, you can use it on other bands. I have one. It's one of my go-to antennas. In fact, between it and the doublet, those are the antennas that I use the most. But what's great about this one is I don't really have to tune it on well, 4 bands, and then even in the FM portion of 10 meters. So contact me, William, with your mailing address via the Patreon portal, and I will be shipping this antenna out to you. Well, hey, thanks a lot again to the Patreon team who helps make this channel possible. Those of you who watch the videos know that they are brought to you by the dedicated Patreon supporters of N4H&H Radio. They make this possible. They help me justify the time commitment to do it. And I just can't say enough how much I appreciate that support. That drawing was, I drew from a list of paid Patreons. That's what that is in that box. Everyone who has joined as a Patreon supporter and been billed at least once for 1 month. So there are 3 levels. There's associate level, $5 a month, executive level, $10 a month, and VIP level, which is $20 a month. And the executive and VIP level, you have access to some exclusive content. And so far, I'm up to 4 downloadable PDFs that are my menu optimizations for various different rigs, plus an explanation of the knobs and buttons that you see on the front of the rigs and what each of them is for, how I combine them, things like that, all covered in those menu optimizations in the menu optimizations documents. But also too, even what I do when I go into a menu and do my own, that's what I mean by menu optimizations. Going into the menu, for example, here is the FTDX 5000, this one being the FTDX 10. The changes that I make in those menus that I feel optimize the radio's capabilities. So there's a document for the FTDX 5000 MP, the FTDX 10. There's also one for the FT891 and also the FT991A, which could be applied to an FT991. So, take advantage of those opportunities, those of you who will join at executive and VIP level. Okay, and if you would like to join and become a Patreon supporter of N4H&H Radio, go to www.patreon.com/N4H&H. That's patreon.com/N4H&H. I will put it on the screen down here. And one more time, since this is a giveaway video, Patreon, patreon.com/N4H&H. And of course, you can help the channel as well by liking the video. That gives us some help, a little bit of a boost, apparently, in the YouTube search algorithm. And then, of course, if you would consider subscribing to the channel, if you do subscribe, click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload a new video. I usually do 2 a week, sometimes 3, sometimes 1, but probably an average of 2 per week. Okay, hey, thanks for watching, and congratulations, William. Again, William Dudley. Please contact me through the portal and let me know your mailing address, and I'll get this antenna out to you. And that's William Dudley, and the last name begins with an M. Thanks so much. 73 from N4H&H.